Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my watch list for July 15th. Okay, it's getting really late right now, and I am exhausted. 2 a.m. I just finished doing my research on my watch list, and there are a lot of plays in play for tomorrow. However, I'm just gonna get right into it. Keep this nice, quick, and short. Um, let's go right ahead into my main play. Okay, CGC. First up. Okay, so CGC, as you can see on the daily chart, it's not good. It's not looking good for CGC. Basically, I believe there was news that Goldman came out with a downgrade on it, or they said something about it, that the stock won't be profitable, or the company won't be profitable until the year of 2021, and that's their projection on the street right now. And personally, I have no doubt that it's actually gonna keep getting shredded on the daily chart here. As you can see, it's very ugly. Okay, and CGC on the daily chart, it snapped a key support level here at 38, and then it took a big dump, and then the next day, this is where the panic sets in. As you can see, we have high relative volume, a very high volume. Okay, the average true range for CGC is $1.67, and with one of its CEO being ousted last week, and now I believe Goldman is saying that they won't be profitable for another year or so, like 2021. A lot of the cannabis investors, they are pretty worried right now. So taking a look at CGC real quick on the overall daily chart, this is as far back as it's stated from the IPO. Okay, I do overall see it on the big picture that it's going to dump all the way back down to $30. Now, will it happen in the next few days? We definitely don't know. The stock is very overextended to the downside, and tomorrow I am looking for continuation. As you can see throughout the day, after the morning panic, it made support, and it closed the day at a little bit above 34. Okay, so this 34 level. This is a key level that I'll be watching. If it flushes hard down under 34 tomorrow, with massive volume, like if it gives me another big kill candle, I'm going to look for the pop back up into 34 and short it. However, if it opens a little flat, then I'll be looking for a cover pop tomorrow, and expecting this to cover pop into either this 34.60 to 34.70 area. This is the first area of resistance, as I can see on my intraday chart here, on intermediate term chart around the 30-minute chart here. And then another resistance level is the key psychological whole number of 35, right? There's a reason why I picked these two resistance areas, so we'll name this resistance 1 and resistance 2, right? During morning dump, we have massive volume, right? And it made a slight bounce here and then came down again. From here on this morning dump, it ended. This is where the big first bounce happened, right? So here it gives us the level at 34.60, and that's where the bounce came from. And at the highs of this bounce, it was at 35 to 35.10. Okay, so 35.10 area, as you can see here, we have 3 levels. It wasn't able to get above 35.10. So right here, the opening level, 35.12. Right here, the closing level at 35.12 again. And then right here, the highs at 35.11. So it's showing that it's really having trouble here. And it's during the time of right after price discovery and 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So this makes it a key area to watch, as well as the lows of this area, right? So that's what I'm watching. Coincidentally, right around power hour, it got a little cover pop and it came right back up. And once again, no buyers came in, right? It's basically just a cover pop and they just hammered it back down. So that's what I'll be looking for. Now, like I said, it's very overextended to the downside, so the short might not work. If it holds this 35, if it gets back above 35 and starts holding, then it would be a long thesis, and I would say that the stock can get back up and catch up to this 50 EMA right here at 36.25. So there is a long thesis here, but I want to see it hold and confirm 35 first before I long. Otherwise, if it stays under 35, my bias is still short on the stock. So that's CGC. Next up, we have SQ. SQ is a monster. It's very overextended to the top side right now. Let's load up some drawings on SQ real quick. Now, the reason why I pick SQ is that because the stock still has high relative volume, okay? The average true range for the stock is $2. If you look back on these support and resistance line that I drew here, this level I marked off. I believe I talked about it a few days ago, and I was going to trade it, and this was a key level that it held, the key support level, and from here it held this uptrend line. Now that the stock is very overextended, I do expect a pullback out in the morning, kind of like this, right? It made a run, right, and then it closed around its highs, and then tomorrow I'm looking for a dip to hold support just like this day. It's the exact same pattern after its big move run up, right? So if you follow this trend line, it comes really close to this $81 level as well as 81.20 area. So here we have a support zone. Coming over here on the 30-minute chart, you see that the stock at 10 o'clock, it bounced right off it. So tomorrow I'm anticipating a quick profit take and come down, hit this support level and bounce right off here around the 31. The 81. Okay. Coming over here, we have the highs at $82.80 and also yesterday's highs at 82.65. So I am anticipating a test of this level. As you see, it's exactly the same pattern from this run-up day, and then the next day it popped through and closed around here, the highs, right? So it's the exact same pattern, as you can see. Okay, so this is the pattern I'll be looking at tomorrow. If it snaps under 81 and stays under 81, then I'm going to anticipate this uptrend line to snap as well and bring it back down to around 79 level. But we have lots of support here, right, at the 80 as well. So this is basically an $80 breakout. And let's move the clock down here, zoom out a little bit. So coming over here into this major resistance level, okay, this here green bar on the daily chart right here, the high is at 82.80s, and hence this is why I marked off the resistance area here at 82.80s. Okay, coming over here on the daily chart again, once again, you see that this is a key area. Okay, now if this breaks out, then it's going to continue to run, and the next level of resistance, it could be, first of all, 85, key psychological whole number, and then around the 87, 50, 88 area. Okay, so lots of potential for this stock to be in play tomorrow. There's a long and a short side to this. Just watch for this resistance and support level. Okay, so those are my two main plays. I'm going to put up BBBY as well. BBBY, after its earnings, it had a nice little fill on the gap, but the next day we get a sell-off. I talked about this when BBBY last time had its earnings, and from there it just continues to sell. Right, so this is definitely potential swing trade here. Let's load up some drawings. BBBY looks very weak. The average true range is only 52 cents. Don't mind this level. 11.25. I called this and nailed it on my watch list on, I believe, Thursday morning, where I said I don't see it get above 11.50, and that's where it actually topped out. So mark off 11.50 as well. right? It did sell off throughout the entire day after its initial pop, and tomorrow I'm going to look for a pop to enter. I don't see it getting above 11:25 tomorrow, so watching this area, uh, very concise area, and I believe it's definitely going to want to test this 1050, 1040 again tomorrow, as the stock looked very weak. I mean, who knows? I mean, if it can hold support around this 1080, then it'll just consolidate and grind back up. But I'm anticipating a pop and drop tomorrow for BBBY, as kind of like its pattern from its last earnings as well. And from there, 1050 snaps, then it's all downhill from there, right? So swing short idea. EAL is still in play as it still has high relative volume. The stock made 52-week highs. I nailed this as well on my watch list on Thursday, and it's looking bullish. Let's take a look here. DAL, load some drawings. Okay, so DAL, looking for a dip and rip, right? We have some very concise support area. Coincidentally, it's every 25 cents, so this makes it an easy stock to trade tomorrow. Look for support to hold and just take the long ride back up. Stock making its all-time highs, right? I definitely don't want to short it. However, it is very, very overextended, so I am anticipating a pull in tomorrow. This key level of the 61 and 60.75, okay, that's definitely major support. As you can see, it's holding this 50 EMA here on the 30-minute chart, so it's just too extended right now to long right away. Expecting a pull in to come back and catch up to this 50 EMA. 61 level, very key. The morning pop, that's where the first opening pop ended, right? And then it tested right here. As you can see, it proved that it's major support, and it bounced from there. And yeah, just watch this for support to hold and long. And that's basically it for my watch list. I have a lot of side watches as well. So Nike, looking on the daily chart, it's looking like it wants $90. Might not happen tomorrow. The futures are gapping up though, and this is kind of on a breakout of 89 and 88 level. Just needs to catch up to its 50 MA. It doesn't have high relative volume though, so that's why it's on the side watch. ROST as well had a major breakout, very overextended, but it's on its all-time highs, so this could be a nice watch. Looking for a pullback here on the daily chart, probably around this level here, 105 area. Could come all the way down to this 104 as well. So this is basically a 104 breakout. So we'll see tomorrow. Side watch, and of course we have FedEx too on a side watch. FedEx is interesting. Gapped up and ran, nearing the 170 level. Gapped up over this 167, which is very key, as you can see on the intraday chart as well. Or ran above this 167, closed above its 50 SMA here, or EMA on the daily chart. So that's a bullish sign. Last time a stock did this, it ran the next day. I believe it was NVDA. Let's take a look at that. NVDA, same thing, right? It closed above the 50, it closed above the 100, and then gapped up, pop and drop. NVDA is just a little bit overextended, but I still think it has legs. It's going to want to test the 50 again. Or test this 100 SMA again on the daily chart before the next bounce. So keeping that on the side watch as well. Okay, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy my free watch list. I try my best to deliver them nightly, no matter how late it is, how tired I am. So yeah, I'll see you guys all bright and early tomorrow. Thanks. Ciao.